So we're up to a minute in our track now, and this is where you want to be adding elements to your drum groove to pick up the rhythm. So this will be where you're starting to hear your track mixing in now. Maybe the DJ's already mixed it in. So you want to have another element here that's going to pick it up for us. So what I've done is I've added in our open hi-hat. What I did do was put a gain onto the channel and just pull that back very slightly, as it was a little bit too loud. And I'll just show you that. You can see I've automated in something that's just a couple of decibels quieter. Not so you lose its impact, but it was just a little bit too loud. So I'll give you a blast. And you can hear that's now picked up the groove. You also see that I've got our vocal sort of effects in here. But what I've done is opened up the filter on it so you actually can hear what she's saying now. And then you've got that nice bit of reverb hanging over as well. So now I've got that nice bit of groove. I'm going to hold that, as I said, for the next 30 seconds. And we've got the stabs coming in on 41. Now if I solo them for you, and then you can hear the automation that I put on them. So they start off nice and quiet, used by the channel EQ high cut frequency. And I've given it a nice little raise there, not fully, because that's going to give it away too much, but enough to give it a crescendo. Again, trying to think of ways to automate in peaks and troughs into our track, so you don't have to fill it with white noise and obvious stuff like that. So let's hear that in the mix. So that sounds cool. What I am going to do is just put back onto the stabs bus using the curve tool. I wanted to hear the filter rise a little bit quicker, so I'm just going to put a curve on there, and I'm going to push that up slightly. Just want to hear it to come in so it's a bit more prominent. So that's cool, really happy with that. And then now we're into our break at 49 or 1 minute 30. So you can see I've dropped all the drums out. What I've actually done in dropping the drums out, I've bounced them minus the kick. So what I've got is my hats, claps, and I've put them onto a new audio file. And you can see I've named that as drums breakdown here. I've done that so I can automate this audio file, and in the automation I won't be affecting any drums that really kick in on 65. It's because sometimes in Logic, if you want to be really acute with your automation, with your filters and your low passes, and you bridge it right up to where you want it to drop again, sometimes Logic reads it half a second early or something like that, so your kick will either suddenly become unfiltered a bit early or a bit late, depending either way. So what I do to get around that problem is to bounce my parts down in the breakdown into an audio file, so they're a completely separate channel, just going out to output 1 and 2, and then you can automate those at free will without knowing it's going to affect anything as it kicks back in. So the automation I've done on that is simply just a high cut, and just rolled that down on the audio file. Doing that on your drums, it's going to take the top end out of them, take away the sharpness, and so when they kick back in on 65, they come back with much more impact and much more weight, and they generally are slightly louder.